Hey guys, just wanted to do a brief kind of coaching video. This is what's going to be going on probably the Facebook page. I'm not quite sure which one at the moment, but anyway. So look, I wanted to do some coaching, particularly apropos of the post that I put up this morning and some feedback that I already got, which was that it felt like today's post was a telling off. Now look, if I made an error, my error was in posting it so quickly after what was a truly remarkable webinar last night. I thought it was great, really great. The work and everything coming together is just really exciting. So if I've gone and just blown that completely, then I do apologise for that. And I've got no problems apologising for stuff. But I also just want to kind of talk to you about my coaching stance and where I'm coming from with regards to that. And that is very simply that when I was working in the excuse me, football, there was a very, very distinct difference between certain managers in the Premiership. And Alex Ferguson was a man who was the Man United, most you know, manager for goodness knows how many decades. A phenomenal success. And this guy absolutely had it that every single person in that squad had winning engraved in their heart. That was his words. Now, we're embarking upon something which is, I think, unique. I don't have any doubt about that. I also think it's really quite remarkable in terms of what we're doing. And it's on so many different levels. It's on the level of, obviously, talking about the tsunami. It's obviously on the level of Melaleuca as well, on building a business, on the level of creating a movement, not just a business. So there are all those kind of things. But at the core of this, at the core of all of this, for me, is absolutely the passion, the desire that each individual becomes free because they start thinking for themselves. They start acting for themselves, and they are completely in touch and in real contact with who they are and speaking from the heart. So, first of all, so a lot of my stuff is spoken from that place. Like I said, if there's an apology to be made, it's because of the timing of today's message. But I also want to just talk about this in terms of, you know, what my role is that I believe it's in many different things, but two in particular with regards to coaching. One is holding the bar really high. One is doing an Alex Ferguson, and it is actually saying that we are going to be, as a business unit, we are going to be absolutely right up there and one of the elite. So there is going to be a shaking up that's going to go on. And by that, what I mean is that for each one of us, and by the way, this includes me too. I'm not pontificating from on high. Whilst this is something coaching it, this is altogether another thing implementing it. So this isn't something that I'm avoiding myself. But the very fact is that if we are individually committed to creating individual powerful businesses, then our energy, our stance, our thinking, our emotions, every single thing that we do has to raise up from where we are at the moment, because that's the law. That's the law of physics. This is Einstein talking, not me. So when I talk about posting on Facebook, it's because that is absolutely, as I've said before, the hub of where people are going to come to. And when people come onto that page, then if they see that there's very little going on, they're going to pick that up straight away, transmit it. If they see that there's lots of conversations going on, then they're going to see that something is engaged with people, by people, and that this is something that absolutely is picking up. And this whole thing starts, as I said yesterday, it starts now. It's always a constant and ongoing thing. So I'm not going to apologize for holding the standards up. I'm not going to apologize for saying, right, guys, you need to post. And I'm going to say something which may, you know, you might going to go, oh, come on, give me a break. But I've had this conversation before. And the other thing that I'm also not going to do is I'm not going to bang on about it. And the reason why I'm not going to bang on about it is because I can't. I haven't got the energy. I haven't got the time. And for me, it's about this is where each individual needs to raise their game up to these standards. So there are many things to talk about on this post, but I want to kind of keep it as brief as I possibly can. But the first thing is that every single one of us has to be, if you're engaged, and this is the point, if you're engaged in this process, then as a part of being engaged in this process, you have to be going onto the Facebook page and commenting on whatever. Here's the thing, if you're not used to doing this, then you need to start now. If you're somebody who's uncomfortable with posting and commenting, then you need to step up and get over that. And you need to get involved now. Why? Because when you bring people in, first of all, they're going to see you posting and commenting on the page, so that's you, that's leaving your mark already. Secondly, if you're not posting, then guess what? Other people will just go, well, you know what? They're not posting, so why should I? So this is absolutely about setting your own benchmarks as well. So that's what that's about. Now, with regards to my coaching is often quite confronting. It's not something that I kind of plan to be. It just happens to be my style. And sometimes it gets straight to the mark, and some people often find that very, very uncomfortable. But I'm also in this place whereby, you know, for me, there is a tsunami coming. And for that, I haven't got time to kind of make sure that everybody's okay, because I'm assuming that what we're all doing is that we're all converging to meet on the same place. And listen, I screw up, I make mistakes myself, we all do. So this again isn't coming from I know it all. But in terms of this, you know, what I'm looking to do is kind of blast away certain kind of habits and ingrained kind of behaviors, so that actually what occurs is that we're all kind of getting into action faster than we might otherwise should. I also get that we're busy. I get we're all busy, right? I could wheel out my story of moving house and going to Spain and blah, 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 which I just have. But the point is that along the way I'm posting these things so that that's my contribution. And I'm also making my own comments. So it's not a big thing to ask. But if you have an issue with regards to my coaching style, then here's the thing to do, and that is to private message me. Because I noticed that only one person has actually commented with regards to what I put down, for which I appreciate. But even so, it's like, look, if your habit is just to kind of see something, so it comes up, like now I'm looking at it, yep, seen by 4 of you, but not comment, then actually the reality is that's not enough. It's not enough, because you've got to get into the habit of expressing yourself. If you don't express yourself, then you're not shifting who you are, and you're not communicating, whether it's on the comments page in our little group, or whether it's on the actual Facebook page itself. So guys, like I said, if there are any apologies, it's because of the error. This is us all kind of just bedding in and getting set up for the ride. But look, it's not about me doing this on my own. I can't do this and have it that people think that it's okay not to be responsive. Because if this is unresponsive, then already the dynamic is not what I want to create. It's like being in a football team, to go back to that metaphor. You have leaders on the pitch. You have more than one captain on a football pitch who is then marshalling other people. But everybody is stating and shouting and calling about who they are, where they are, what's going on. So this is not about, you know, an opportunity for people to just kind of, if you're offended because you think that I was telling you off, it's not about that. I wasn't telling anybody off. I'm just stating it how it is. So you need to communicate, and you need to get into that habit, and you need to get into that habit now. So like I said, these are the benchmarks. In the first few weeks and months, expect that this transition is really going to be challenging you, because I'm going to be challenging you, because I need to. And the reason I need to is because, like I said, if you're stepping up, then you need to grow. If you need to grow, then somebody has got to hold this at this particular level, and that, above all else, is my job, and that ain't going to be coming down for anybody. So look, what else is there to say? Just, you know, here we go. It's the same old with regards to this is not rehearsal. We're up and running. Communicate, share, talk to me. What I do want to do, and what I will do when I get to Spain, is a few weeks back I asked you guys what matters to you about this business. And I haven't come back to you on that. I've been waiting, obviously, to settle when I get out there. But it's kind of like Job 2.0. This is kind of like a job interview. What I want to know from you, each one of you, is what matters to you and why that matters to you. I also want to know from each one of you why you are doing Melaleuca, what you want to get out of Melaleuca, and when you want to get it by. Now, this is not about needing to kind of understand anything in detail, but if you're not familiar with the marketing plan, the way that we get paid, you now need to begin to get familiar with the marketing plan. And again, talk to me, talk to each other, start making this happen. Don't sit there in a I don't know, and because I don't know I feel stupid, and because I feel stupid then I'm not going to ask anybody. You got to let this stuff go. Each and every one of us has got to let this stuff go. What you need to do is get into the habit of being proactive, asking questions, and then really kind of getting clarity in your own mind. Why? Because the coaching side of this is 100% about you getting clear in your own mind about why you're doing it, why it matters, and where you want to go, and why that is the case, and when you want to get there. So I'm beginning to set the paradigms of your mindset, and that also is my responsibility as a coach. So with regards to that, it's like, you know, I just hope that you get 100% that it's not just that I'm backing you, rooting you, supporting you, sometimes in an overzealous way, right? And I'm very much aware that that's who I am as an individual. So, you know, if you don't know already, I have 3 children that aren't speaking to me because that's how overzealous I get. And I'm aware of that, but at the same time, it's something that I can't stop. It's just in my nature. So, and the reason for that is because my passion for people kind of, you know, not so much pushing themselves, but feeling the experience of being alive, feeling the experience of, you know, kind of being on the edge so that they really do get that they're present, they're existing, and that they're experiencing themselves in this lifetime. That, to me, above all else, is what it's all about. So, yeah, so it can be challenging, and it's as simple as that. So, look, yeah, if you've got any issues, then private message me, get hold of me, talk to me. But this is so that A, we reach understandings in terms of our working relationship, and B, so that we can actually get you aligned so that your mind is aligned, so that as your mind is aligned, you then start to impact on your business in a way which makes a huge amount of difference. And why that is important is because guess what? This is the process that you're also going to be taking with me, absolutely with me running this whole coaching process. But this is the process that we're going to be taking every single individual through. So, yeah, that's it. I hope that sorts things out. I hope that if you're feeling a bit sore from this morning, either removes that or makes you understand that. If that reveals something for you about yourself, then great. If that reveals something about me, then good news. I hope that helps. So that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye for now.